You guys, welcome to our class this morning. My name's Amy, and that over there is Miss Debbie. And we're going to talk to you this morning about one of what we're calling the three champions of Young Living. The three champions of Young Living, in my humble opinion, it's the Oil Starter Bundle, the Thieves Starter Bundle, and the Ninja Red Starter Bundle. And so today we're talking about the Oils Starter Bundle. And so I just want to say thank you for your time. We so appreciate each and every one of you. And we want to be mindful of your time today. So we're going to go kind of fast. I'm going to talk fast. Debbie might not, but I just talk fast. I'm going to try and monitor questions that pop up in the live on Facebook. If we miss any, sincerest of apologies, we will make sure that we go back and track with all of them. And obviously, wherever you're catching this video, if you do have questions, obviously just leave them in the comments and we will address them accordingly. So with that, Debbie will kick us off with talking about the purity of Young Living and how to use the oils, then taking us straight into the best topic ever, ditch and switch. And then I'm going to be talking about the oily benefits / wellness mapping. We're both actually going to talk about that. And then we'll wrap up with transfer buying and then just those next steps for you, a little bit of a call to action, if you will. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to Miss Debbie.
Thank you, Amy. It's always fun to do these with you. Young Living is, I get asked often, why Young Living? Why can't I just buy the ones I see at the grocery store or some big box store that I am in? And so I want to talk to you a little bit today about Young Living Seed to Seal, which is sometimes, I heard the term for a while and didn't quite understand it. So this will help explain all that. The one thing that Young Living sets apart from all other the oil companies is its seed to seal promise. And so here's what that means. They don't strip constituents from the oils to make them smell better. They don't mix species of the same oil. They don't spray weed killer, pesticides, herbicides, or use genetically modified seeds, which I've been asked that a lot. They spend $12,000 per acre to hand weed instead of the $60 per acre for the same plant that other companies use. The industry standard is $60 per acre for spraying pesticides and is so much cheaper than hand weeding. But Young Living does not distill with solvents like hexane either. The soil is not tainted. They have the pure soil that they use. It doesn't have mercury, arsenic, or any other poison because the fields are untouched by the chemicals. They harvest with the exact same day that Young Living's research team has found to be the ideal time for the specific plant, which varies plant to plant. So they have that down and they know exactly when to go out and harvest the flower or the leaf or the whatever is bark or whatever is being used. Gary Young grew helichrysum essential oil at St. Mary's in Idaho, then in Mona, Utah, and then in the Mediterranean country of Croatia to see how it scored on the seed to seal testing. It actually is unknown what its natural, where it natively grew. And so they tested it in all those places to figure out where it grew the best so that they could get the purest and best essential oils for us. And that's what Young Living does. And that's what makes the oils stand out. Our farms are all over the world. You can visit them yourself anytime you want. In fact, you're encouraged to if you're there. Young Living is very transparent. I actually stopped by last summer. They were still closed because of COVID, but they were very welcoming and let me into, I couldn't go to a farm, but I was very welcomed into headquarters and was able to go in. So they are that way with everything they do. So why seed to seal? To say that Young Living is the same as any other brand at the grocery store, generic, just doesn't make any sense when you think about those things I just talked to you about. They're completely different products. Why would you want to use an oil-laden product full of chemicals for the purpose of getting toxins and chemicals out of your life, which is what Young Living we're striving to do. So unfortunately, you cannot have quality without cost. So if you think about it in terms of our meat, if you're buying some meat that's been mechanically separated and processed, it's not the same as grass-fed organic beef. They taste different. They are different products. So that gives you an idea from another field, how our products are different. We also have third-party testing. It does, the oils are not third-party testing, which tests and make sure, that our oils are doing and being and everything that we say they are. So that's why I like Young Living oils and how, they will smell different. They work better. They just are better. So when we go to use them, you do need to we have a line of Vitality oils that have been certified to be okay to take internally. Yes, they have the white labels on them, which is nice because then they're safe to take internally. I use a lot of them internally. I use lemon in my water. I use a lot of them for cooking. Black pepper is one of my favorites to cook with, as well as oregano and sage.
Oh, sorry, Debbie. When you said
No, you're
black
fine.
pepper, that is probably one of my favorite Vitality oils. That one I will put like in a crock pot of homemade soup. I will add a few drops of citrus fresh, and I'll just do 1 drop of black pepper, and that's all you need. That's how amazing it is. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to make. Okay, you're making me want to make homemade soup. Sorry, black pepper. I'm like, wait a minute, that's so good. Sorry.
You're fine. So so we have two different colors of labels, and the Vitality oils are done in white labels so that that they've been certified safe to take internally. The FDA only allows us to have one use for the oil on the label. And so it's the exact same oil for the Vitality oil as it is for the oil with the colored label that is said that you can apply topically or use in your diffuser. But it is the exact same oil, but that way it's differentiated for FDA purposes that these are safe to use internally. There are a lot of our products, not just our oils, but one of the things that comes to mind as I think about ditching and switching is I use for headaches. I not all headaches, but there are some headaches that Peppermint for me work personally. It works very well. I apply it to my forehead. Then there are other things that, yes, Peppermint. And one of them that we actually have an over-the-counter pain cream that I absolutely love. Absolutely love. And it's one that I can use instead of some of our other products that you would buy in the drugstore that you could apply topically, but they contain other kinds of toxins and chemicals in them that I don't necessarily want on my body. So that allows this to be a pure, perfect product that stays safe, keeps me from adding the toxin levels to my body. So one of the things also that I have cleaned houses for many, many, many years. We lived in England for a while, and one of the jobs that I did over there, we lived in an apartment complex, and it was a little different than what we think of when we think of an apartment complex here. It was all indoor openings. So all your flat opened up into a hallway. And so therefore there were some flats that were like an efficiency apartment, all just one room. They shared a kitchen though. And so we actually cleaned those rooms as well. What I noticed when I cleaned was that I would come home and I'd cough and I'd cough and I'd cough. And it was hard to breathe as I was cleaning. And I found that Young Living's Thieves household cleaner, I was able to use, and especially, okay, this is the area where I noticed it the most, was cleaning a bathtub, because you spray it and then you put your head down in there to clean. Or, you know, someplace like behind a toilet or something like that. And you put your head down in those fumes. I don't have those issues when I use the Thieves household cleaner. It is concentrated. I can adjust the concentration according to the what I'm cleaning. It's awesome on glass. It's awesome for cleaning my tub. It's awesome for getting up grease in the kitchen, and I don't have the toxic fumes on any of it. It actually cleans my oven really well too. So those are things that as we go to the ditch and switch, you can actually use some of our oils. But we also have other products that work just as well. Today we're focusing on the oils, but the next couple of weeks we got other classes going on. So don't forget, Thieves is next week. You can do that next week and learn all about all our wonderful Thieves products. But the Thieves oil, I will say, is wonderful for supporting your immune system. And Thieves Vitality, take it internally. I put it in cups of water to help for those times when my throat doesn't feel the best. And so those are that. So I think I am done with that part. If I missed something, Amy, just let me know and I'll fill back in. But I'm going to turn it over to you to do our wellness mapping and talk about the oils and how wonderful they are.
Awesome. Debbie, thank you for what you were sharing. What popped in my mind is I think we all can relate to what you were saying about cleaning our homes with those well-known products that we get from the store that we've used since forever, since childhood. And so I never want to throw another company under the bus by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, companies are making decisions, and sometimes they're just, you know, whatever. I'm not judging. I don't want to say I'm judging their decisions, but it's like, what are they making their decisions on? Like, what's their values? And that's one of the reasons, you know, just to underscore everything that Debbie said, Gary Young was about not creating an oil for profit, but for purpose. And so I did not know that about the acres, like how much it cost. And you said $12,000 compared to $60. For sure, quality. So, and so with that, what we have done, Debbie and I have been oily for a while. And when we talk about the oils, and we're going to talk about just today, we're going to where we may mention other oils or products. This is the starting lineup. These 12 oils are what Young Living has deemed like great oils to start building your arsenal, if you will. And so what we have historically will do is we'll say, okay, let's talk about peppermint. It's one that Debbie already mentioned. Let's talk about peppermint. What are the benefits of peppermint? Well, Peppermint Vitality. It's bright. It has a bright, cool flavor. It supports normal digestion. It supports a healthy gut function. And you're like, okay, great. Peppermint is, like everyone knows, it's like one of my favorite oils, and it has like a million uses. And so this is just like a couple of them. And we've got a whole handout that lists all of those oils, those 12 oils with all of those different benefits. But what Debbie and I thought would be kind of fun to do is say, okay, instead of like focusing on each oil and their benefits, let's categorize them by benefit and say what oils. And so we got this handy dandy cheat sheet for us this morning, or at least for me, and we've grouped them. So I've mentioned peppermint already, and I've already mentioned gut health. So let me just talk about, like, okay, for digestive support. And I have to kind of smile because Whereas we're only talking about the starter kit oils. There are so many other oils out there that are great for digestive support. Boom, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Maybe not. Anyway, digestive support. Digize. Digize is great for digestive support. You hear people pronounce it DGs. Doesn't Autumn pronounce it like?
I think she does, yeah.
So you'll hear it pronounced different ways. Digize. In my mind, it's like kind of funky way of saying digestive. So you have Digize is great for digestive support. So is, I've already mentioned it, Peppermint. I also use, I don't know if other people do, I use Citrus Fresh for digestive support. I will put drops of this in a capsule along with some other oils just to help with my digestive support. And I guess in my mind, I'm thinking citrus oils are such great oils to help like plunge, like, I don't know, purge toxins through your body. So another one that's good for digestive support is lemon. Lemon and peppermint, and obviously a lot of these other oils in the starter kit are, there's just so many uses, you guys. It's crazy. So it's like, okay, well, so digestive support, if you're like, man, I really could use some digestive support, be it in your, your stomach or your intestines, those would be oils that would be probably really good ones to start with. Very simple ways of starting with them as well. Debbie mentioned, I can't remember which oil now because we were always talking about throwing in this oil in the capsule or this oil in your water. But I mean, simply putting a drop or two, if you're courageous, of peppermint in your water and just sweetly, start rubbing on your body in a very minty kind of way. And the cool thing about, no pun intended, the cool thing about Citrus Fresh, it is a cool flavor, but there's spearmint in there. And so not only are you getting citrus, but you're getting, a minty action that way. So it's citrus and minty and all the things. TLC for your, Debbie's gonna talk about that one. Okay, let's go to mental focus and clarity, which obviously I need today. So mental focus and clarity. Every one of us could benefit from that, right? Mental focus and clarity. That's when we're starting to talk about the big guns, frankincense. Frankincense is a great one for mental focus and clarity. In fact, this would be sometimes, depending on where, like, I like how Debbie was talking about when she was talking about the kind of headaches that she gets, because we all know that we can get different kinds of headaches. We can get the headaches from when the weather changes, headaches from the stress, headaches that are here, headaches that are here, headaches that are for me right here, right now. And so, but one thing, sometimes when I'm like, I need some quick focus, I gotta clock out of all the stress going on and focus on a task for work. I sometimes will put a drop of frankincense in the palm of my hand. I didn't because this bottle's empty. Rub it together and I will rub it on my forehead. Even with my makeup on, I will do that. I'll rub it on my forehead, rub it together, and inhale it as well. So mental focus and clarity, these are also oils that you could diffuse, but I kind of, I want them on me. So mental focus and clarity, frankincense, lemon. I wouldn't necessarily put lemon on me, although I have, but it would be definitely one that would be going in the diffuser. In fact, right now in the diffuser right there, I have lemon and rosemary. Rosemary is not the kit, but you'll appreciate that one. Thank you for that suggestion. Lemon and rosemary is going in that diffuser right there. Both of those are great brain oils. Another one for, I keep saying mental focus and clarity, and people are like, gosh, Amy, you really need mental focus and clarity because you've said that 5 times now. I guess it's just a reminder to me of what topic I'm talking about. Peppermint is one, and that's great for that. Raven is, you can use this topically or aromatically, but it is wonderful to diffuse, create the spa-like environment. And hello, that definitely, when we are, relaxed, definitely reduces our stress. And when our stress is reduced, it definitely gives us the opportunity to think more clearly. And then the last one on this list is Valor. Valor, this is one I use every day. And Debbie's over there smiling. This is one of, definitely one of our top sellers. This is one that I have all over the house. I put roller tops on these little sweet gems because I want quick access to applying them. So this is actually a 15 mil. 5 mil comes in the kit, but they're just great to quickly apply. Like I apply this on the back of my neck or here on my temples. I use roller tops a lot because when Debbie was talking about how to use the oils, one thing that, and we've all done this, and you will probably do this as well, is you'll learn the hard way that, okay, you've just put an oil on, 5 minutes later, you go to touch your eye. Next thing you know, you're like, oh my goodness, my eye is feeling kind of amazing and zingy because you have now peppermint around your eye. And so that's why I use a lot of roller tops, because I want to, I don't want to remember what oils I put on my fingers to keep them away from my eyes. Although right now, I know we're supposed to be keeping our fingers away from our eyes. So keep that in mind as well. So, but when you do get an oil in your eye, do not flush with water, flush with a carrier oil like olive oil or something like that. Okay, I'm going to kick it over to Miss Debbie for a minute because she's going to talk about a couple of these wellness mapping groupings. And I'm going to go put my, Debbie, I'm going to step away for a minute because we know my cat, how he is. He wants to be put under a blanket right now. So I'll be right back, you guys.
Okay, that's fine. No problem. So I'm going to talk a little bit about oils that you use after a workout. These are oils that I use. These are, so this is for oils for a workout. Panaway. Panaway is a blend of several oils that is just takes the aches away that you are feeling after a workout. So any muscle that you feel that has been strained or stressed, or because every once in a while, right after a workout, you're like, that doesn't feel very well. So apply that oil. Panaway is very good. Peppermint is a very refreshing oil after a workout. I like to apply it to my chest and breathe it in. It helps open up sinuses, helps you to breathe better. It's also good before a workout to put peppermint on, because that way, as you're working out, you're getting enough oxygen into your system that is needed. Frankincense is a good one to apply before workout as well, as it it helps focus, and it helps you to concentrate on what you're doing and to use muscles correctly, to make sure you're doing, I do a lot of weightlifting, and it actually just helps with the concentration and thinking as you breathe it in as well. So I usually apply it to my face, and I really like that. Raven is one, again, you can apply it to your chest to help, or under your nose. I like to do that sometimes too, under my nose. Then that way I get that sense as I'm taking deep breaths. Stress away. How many of us get before a workout, as you're kind of just like, oh, I don't want to do this. I am not, right? I don't want to do this. But I know I need to. And we actually can get the flight muscles or flight hormones running through our body, and the stress away will help calm those down, bring you back to where you can actually concentrate and do what you need to do. So, as you're starting to stress out about getting ready to go out and do the workout, whatever the workout is, whether it's walking or whether it's going to the gym for a big session, it doesn't matter, any of those in between, it can actually help calm you, reduce, and so those are the ones in the starter kit that are really, really good for workouts. There's a couple other supplements that I use that I really like. Amino-wise, in the name, it helps with our amino acids. And it's actually you put it in water and drink it, and it's just really good. There's a capsule, Power Guys, that I like, and two more that I use that help for after workouts are both the pain cream and Cool Azul sports gel. And the sports gel is really good for if you've got some large muscles, hamstrings, quads, even calves. It's really good to massage those muscles. And it's got a very cooling effect to it, which is kind of nice. So yeah, So that kind of wraps up that part about our muscles and what we can use from the starter kit, and give you a few more extras as well. All right. Back to you, Amy.
Awesome. You know, while I was listening to you, thank you for sharing that about the workout. I had seen that frankincense was an oil to use with working out, and I was kind of like, okay, that's really interesting. So I'm glad you actually shared how you use frankincense, and I like that for clarity of thinking and to really focus on what we are doing. It's about being mindful. It also makes me think about, I learned this when I was doing Whole30 a few years ago. They're like, sit down at the table and eat, and don't be watching TV or anything. Like, really focus on what you're eating. And so it's like, I think sometimes, now, do I do that all the time? No, in fact, I was eating breakfast and I was watching a YouTube video this morning, but I think it's just about that, being mindful of what we're doing, you know, being really intentional, and even starting it with the small things so that we can do it with other things. Anyway, total side note, but that just popped in my brain, so I'm sharing with you guys. So as Debbie was talking, another grouping came to my mind, Debbie, and it's energy, because that is just something that's real. I mean, I think everyone can be like, yeah, I need more energy. You know, a great way to get more energy: sleep better, you know, get better sleep. But that being said, I know I talk about it all the time, but I'm healing and recovering from a traumatic brain injury. And one of the things that's really a big deal is energy, because it's not as it's not like it was at the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year was, it was a lot worse, but you can literally go from 60 to 0 with your energy tank. And then you'd be like, I mean, you'd be talking, and be like, I need to go lay down and take a nap. It's like that. Anybody who's had a brain injury totally understands what I'm saying. They're like, I get that. Now, the rest of you are like, oh, that means nothing to me. I can't relate. And I'm glad. First of all, I'm glad. But that being said, I'm sure we all could benefit from more energy. So from an energy perspective, with the oils that are in this kit, citrus fresh for sure. You know, a drop or two in the water. Diffusing these oils does make a big difference, and that will definitely create an energetic atmosphere, which obviously will help with clarity and mental clarity and focus. Peppermint is a great one as well. Peppermint is one I will use on my forehead. I'll use under my nose. I like how Debbie said that, because, you know, for breathing better, that is also helping our focus and also helping our energy. And Valor for so many different reasons. I think I use Valor. Valor and Peppermint are my answers for so many things. Valor, frankincense, and peppermint. But then also, what I've been doing is I will up my Super B. Super B is great for energy. For me, I can't say that this is my testimony. So days when I know I'm going to have like, you know, a lot more to do than the previous day or whatever, I will take two Super Bs, but I make sure I get my Super B every day. And I also do Ninja Red, which is 2 samples of these come in the starter kit, and I will do Nitro. So recent testimony, as of 24 hours ago, I was at an appointment and it was taking a little longer than I thought, which is fine. But all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh no, this person's new to me. They don't know what it looks like when I start going from 60 to 0. But I had planned ahead, and I had my Nitro and my Ninja Red in my backpack. So I said, you know what? I just need a little energy boost. I did a Nitro, that helped. Then I did actually, I thought the Nitro the Nitro helped, but the Ninja Red is what really took me filled my tank up to finish that appointment without me doing all these deep sighs. Because what I will end up doing is doing all these deep sighs to kind of catch my breath. And I will tell people, I'm like, I am not sighing because I'm irritated, because we all know what that looks like. We get irritated. We all do it. We've all done it, or we've all heard people who have done it. I, of course, never do that. Right. I used to do that all the time. But anyway, but when I start sighing like that, I'll let people know. I'll say, I am sighing because my body is telling me it's super tired. But I did that Ninja Red packet yesterday and that Nitro, and it was like I was able to do one more errand before I came home, which is kind of miraculous for where I'm at right now. I mean, is it, a big miracle? No, but it was an important miracle for me yesterday. I mean, it really was. It makes a big difference. And I know, I know Debbie can relate. My sisters who've been on this journey with me can relate. It's a big deal. So anyway, I spent way too much time on that, but a couple other mapping, wellness mapping groupings we did. It's calming and relaxing. And overall wellness. I can't believe I didn't cover that one. Overall wellness to support healthy immune systems. Thieves, digest, citrus fresh, frankincense, which can help at a cellular level for support. Lemon and raven. I will make sure that these resources that we're mentioning here about these wellness mappings, that they're available to you wherever you're watching this video. Okay, I want to wrap up with getting you thinking about transfer buying. So, Debbie kicked us off with talking about the purity of Young Living and going, hey, you know what? Don't just go out and buy your peppermint and frankincense at any old store, because the chances of you buying legitimate, pure, 100% only thing in that bottle is peppermint or frankincense, and there's no other added toxins in there or anything like that, you're going to get that from Young Living. And so don't think, hey, I'll stop using this and start using these oils that I got in the store, because you're probably, like Debbie mentioned, ditching a toxin for a toxin. And so when you get a Young Living account, and you can open up a Young Living account today, you don't have to buy anything. You just open up an account. And then when you're like, I really need some Thieves, I really need some of that mental clarity and focus that Amy kept mentioning. So you want to grab Valor and Frankincense and whatever, you can just go and order it. You've got your account open already. But think about it this way. This is not another line item on your budget. It's just a different place from which you can buy your products. So it's transfer buying. So, instead of going to the store and buying those cleaners that when you use them in your home, they cause your lungs to hurt, your cough, you have to open all the windows. You can ditch buying those and switch to using Thieves household cleaner. And it's, again, not another item on your budget. It's saying, instead of buying it here, I'm going to start buying it over here. So transfer buying. And one of the cool things about Young Living is when you do that on our subscription program, which you are in charge of, you say what you want on your subscription. And in the 2001, and I signed up in the almost 7 years that I've been with Young Living, I have never ordered the same thing on my my monthly subscription. Have you? Don't you always change yours up, Debbie?
Yep, always.
There may be some of the same things on there, like Ninja Red or Peppermint, but I'm not ordering the same thing every month. So you're in charge of your own subscription. But when you do get on the subscription program, guess what? They start giving you reward points, which you then can use to buy future product. I've saved up, this has been a couple years ago, I saved up enough points to buy the $200 Ancient Oils of Scripture collection. So I got that one for free. So once you start, and I love that collection. I want to get it again, but I'm really bad about I'll either go through these stages of I'll hold my points and let the balance build up, or I spend them like every 2 months. Anyway, I'm really bad about that. So, but on the subscribe to save, you start earning, the first month, you start earning 10% back. The fourth month, it's 20% back. So that means for every $100 you spend, you're getting $20 worth of product credit. I don't know of any store that does that. I mean, when I click on Amazon and buy things, they don't give me credit. Maybe they do if I spent thousands of dollars a month. I don't know. I have no idea if Amazon does credits, so I shouldn't. I'm not even slamming Amazon. I'm just saying we do these credits, and you can use them toward free points. And when we do each month, we change up our gift with purchases. I know when I used to buy a department store makeup that I loved, like twice a year they did a gift with purchase, and we do our gift with purchases every month. And when you're on our subscribe to save program, you actually get more product than just when you are buying just a shop order. So, so bonus, when you start buying your Thieves household cleaner, you start getting points that you can then buy fun stuff. I'm thinking again of rose oil, but I don't think rose oil you can buy. I don't think you can use points for rose oil. You
I don't
guys, I'm
think
gonna go smell some peppermint and get some focus again and wrap this class up. Okay, so wherever this video is posted or shared, we will make sure that contact information is available to you, as well as information on the starter kit. So in addition to those 12 oils, you also get Thieves samples, the Thieves spray, which I love, and the hand sanitizer, and you get 2 Ninja Red, just enough to tease you and make you want more. I'm going to do a quick screen save and pop up what those products look like. So this is what you get when you take the oily plunge with this premium starter bundle. Those are all of the oils you get, that 12 starting lineup, which is amazing. You get a beautiful diffuser. It's our Desert Mist diffuser you see there, and then Thieves and the 2 Thieves products. You also do get 2 Ninja Red singles, but they're not shown there for whatever reason, but you do get these as well. And so that's a $400 value, you guys. Isn't that crazy? Crazy goodness. But that bundle is $165. Isn't that right? Let's just double check that price. Yeah, $165. So it's the only thing on our, I think it's the only thing on our website that is less than 50% off all the time. So I know you're probably thinking, man, this is a great deal. You want to start taking the oily plunge, or you're thinking, gosh, it's a great gift. Absolutely, it's a great gift. It's a great time of year to be giving gifts, right? It's Christmas time. If that is something that you want to do, I think December, I would probably get your order in by December 8th, although I don't remember if it's the 7th or the 10th is the cutoff, but I would get your order in sooner rather than later to make sure it is in your home by Christmas.